Hey guys, my name is TheRussianBadger and welcome to White Pass, the map that is actually quite enjoyable to defend if you're using a shotgun. I know a lot of you think it's totally abysmal and you just hate it more than you hate driving on the wrong side of the road. Maybe that's not the perfect example, but for some reason my PS3 froze here while it was saving. It does that quite frequently in Bad Company 2 because I've got one of those older PS3s, one of them big burfas. You know, I'm big and I'm burfing. I'm a PS3 with 60 gigabytes. If you guys know what I'm talking about. I get him in the gastrointestinal section, which is probably the second worst place to get hit next to the face, because if you get hit in the face, especially with buckshot, all your facial expressions will be disfigured and then your cheekbones would be odd and off-center. And I don't know why I'm analyzing getting shot in the face, but that's sort of a Wesley Snipes. That's like a half-hearted Wesley Snipes, but believe it or not, there are two more Wesley Snipes in this video, so definitely J-Dust. Be looking forward to that. And I don't know if you can hear that, but my rowdy comrades outside my door, in my dormitory, they like to fight and run around the hallway and steal my lighter. They always steal this lighter, this lighter that they always steal. Until I took all the fuel out, and they don't steal it anymore, but... And after I hit that one kid in the face with a belt. But that's another story, and I do apologize for the background noise of all those testosterone-fueled males just running around rampant in the hallways of my dormitory. So please forgive them, and please forgive me. But with that being said, I want to analyze shotguns and what I basically do with shotguns on White Pass today. Okay, easily get this guy. You're not going to beat me with an assault rifle when I have a shotgun. I think not. Okay. I don't think I like broccoli either. But with that being said, and you're going to see a few examples of this coming up. Number one, the actual technique that I use on White Pass is virtually no technique at all, if that makes any sense. So basically what I do is I run down one flank towards the enemy spawn, and then I circle back on the opposite flank. So I ran down the right side, now I'm flanking up the left side, and then I'm going to clean up three guys up here. I hate to spoil that for you, but you guys know. And here's Copper Sense. I hope you enjoyed that revenge kill in the back of your head. And I get his brother and his brother's friend, or his friend and his friend's brother, whatever way you want to look at it. But that is just a hot spot. If you can flank behind there, you'll clean up easy kills. And I hate it when they're just being bush monsters just sitting up there. Snowy bush monsters. Oh, I'm a snowy bush. I'm just gonna sit here and look down on the hill. It's like, and I can't wait for the patch because that was quite obviously a headshot and he didn't die. That 2-second immunity is quite annoying. But yeah, that's basically my technique. I just flank down one side, clean up, and usually I like to flank down the side where there's the least amount of traffic. So I might kill one or two guys, and then I like to flank around as I come back towards my spawn. I like to come back on the flank that has the most guys, so I can shoot. So whenever I'm flanking around, I have the smallest amount of guys that I actually have to take on head-on, and then I have the largest amount of guys that I like to just run around from behind and just take them out that way. And I get hit with a shotgun here. This guy thinks that he can actually use an 870 combat, but in reality he can't. And I actually show him, and I believe 30 or more so of his friends, how to use a shotgun throughout the duration of this game. But that brings me conveniently to my next point of shotguns. Number one, the first thing I'm going to say is you're a little girl if you use slugs on shotguns. And I know, I actually believe the only time that I've ever used slugs on shotguns is when it was requested by a gentleman. There's a video that I actually have up of me using slugs, but in general, and you guys are totally going to disagree with me, I know you are, but I think slugs on a shotgun just feel so inappropriate to me, so I don't even have much justification beyond there, but I think if you use slugs, you're a little girl. Just, that's about the end of it. And feel free to disagree with me and call me a catfish in the comments, or a shotgun monster if you want to call me that. That guy was, I like your aim, but I used that whole dodge hacks with the shed and the fence. The chain link fence, sometimes my visibility is so decreased with a chain link fence, it's quite remarkable. But this guy also thinks that you can use a shotgun, and I'm actually going to show you what happens when you think that you can use a shotgun. You get shot in the back of the head. Quite simple, and here it is, the moment you've all been waiting for, including J-Dust. Alright, you ready? Wesley, snipe. Ready, Wesley? Snipes. Ooh, that. It's not as far, it's not the ranges, some of the ranges that I get with my Wesley Snipes. It's not like an Eureka Harbor where I just go John Elway and just hit you directly in the teeth with it, but I think it's fairly, I think it's qualified as a I almost just called it a Wesley Snipes. I almost just called it a Jessley Snipes. Like I said, my tongue just goes rogue sometimes. Sometimes my tongue and I are just not one. Like, we just totally disagree with each other on everything. Like, if I'm the Serbian, he's the Albanian. If I'm the FRY, he's probably the KLA. It's total opposites that just hate each other. It's like my tongue hates me. But I'm gonna conclude this commentary with as specific of words as I can. I'm gonna pronounce to my fullest extent and or ability as I shoot that gentleman in the face. There's Copper Sense. I hope you enjoyed that headshot. And I'm going to get this guy as well. And basically here, this isn't generally flanking anymore because it's more of a condensed region between their spawn and the objectives. So really, once I get here, I fell twice with the shotgun, but I clean them up with my trusty old M9. I know a lot of you guys know that I switched back to the 1911, but I switched back to the M9 because it's trusty and it's great. And what happened here, I was so frustrated. There was at least 4 guys in that attic, and that guy was just sitting up there while the charge was going. I thought he was going to defuse it, but I guess he's just going to sit up there and lurk like some attic monster until it explodes instead of actually defusing it. And it was quite frustrating, my personal opinion, that he didn't get that defuse. But at the same time, and you guys see here, oftentimes I won't even run back for the defuse because at this point in time, there were so many guys calling in mortar strikes, firing Gustavs, and firing noob tubes. And that really is quite a critical point that I want to make. You have to keep constant pressure on the oncoming forces and kill them before they can get in range to fire any of those explosives at the objective because, and this is where my team failed. Okay, I'm not going to go too in depth about complaining about my team, but they weren't pushing up far enough, and they're so used to this conventional defensive tactic where you just sit in your spawn and you sit on the objective and you just, for lack of a better term, you just puppy guard it. You just sit there and you wait for the attackers to come and then you kill them as soon as they get close. You can't do that because of Destruction 2.0. You just can't, and that's what most teams don't grasp and they don't get. Obviously, just saved that guy's ass right there, oh man. That is just an angel from the heavens, just saving you as you're about to get knifed in the back. But this is another hot spot. There's a little, like, I mean, obviously there's a lot of dense vegetation over on that side. There's going to be bush monsters everywhere. But really, you just have to look in the major hotspots, being that very right building just in front of B and over here in the forest. And here, I just gamed this guy. He knew where I was. He knew I was here. So then I just baited him into coming forward, and then Once you're in range, I have to say you are toast. You are absolutely toast. But I've covered most of the topics that I want to as far as what I think of White Pass, how it's actually quite, and actually, you know, even here, they really couldn't get me very often, so they sent a UAV after me. I don't think that's going to work either. Hit marker on him, sort of a Wesley Snipes. It bounced around in there. I don't know if you would consider that a Wesley Snipes, but they finally get me with an M60 guy, but at least he's not using Magnum ammo. I mean, that's fairly considerate. He's using 2 medic upgrades, which is beneficial to his team. So I find that much more respectable than some catfish with an M60 and Magnum ammo, or an M60 or an AN-94 Abacon with Magnum ammo. And yet again, get one more. Guess who I got? Guess who I got? Revenge kill on the guy that just killed me, the M60 guy. I know where they go. I'm trying to explain to you why I can defend effectively on White Pass, but I can't always do it when I have an awful team backing me. And I believe I got something like 20, I want to say at least 20 to 25 kills and in this last set of objectives, and we narrowed it down to, I believe, 13 tickets. Yeah, I think this is the end of it. 13 tickets, so that means that I roughly did about a third of the team's work, and I mean, there's 12 guys on a team, and I do a third of the work, how many other kills is that distributed? That's 40 kills for 11 other guys. How difficult is that? And that's frustrating. That's frustrating. Guys that don't defuse objectives, guys that don't get enough kills, it's frustrating. Aber ich weiß nicht. Maybe I should be mad at the map creators, but I don't want to end this on such a sour note. It's fun to play on the White Pass, especially defensively, because it's such a thriving environment for a shotgun. But this is the end of the video. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later next time. Auf Wiedersehen und bis bald.